What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Sheila, Larry, what's going on? How's everybody doing today? I'm so glad you guys are here. We're headed to McDonald's, $5, 2.8 miles. Trying to get out here and do a little bit of work today. Haven't been feeling good, honestly, for the past week. Um, Still been working, but I've also been working overnights. Um, I've been working late, early. It's not the best times to go live. You had the past 3 days off, Larry? Everything good? Okay. Okay, took the dog to the vet. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm trying to go get this order right now for DoorDash. I'm trying to do two things at once. It's kind of a little hard, but I'm trying to talk to I'm trying to talk to customer service on it and deal with all this too. What's going on, buddy? 8A2. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, man. So I'm trying to serve a lot of masters here. Yes. Someone rated me a 2-star rating the other day because their food was cold, and that's not my fault. The order had been sitting for 20 minutes before I got there. All right, sorry. I was a 5-star rating, everybody. I had a perfect 5-star. Took me forever to get there. And then I did an order yesterday, and I knew this order was going to be bad because they said, hey, my food's cold. I said, hey, truth be told, what happened was it was a no tip order. I was probably one of the very fortunate people for them to pick it up. Unfortunately, I didn't know how long it sat, and it had been there for a while. So it was cold. Now, I've had that happen before, and guess what happened? The customer said, hey, I put this order in 2 hours ago. Can you please have them remake it? And I'm like, sure, absolutely. So, like, when the customer says, hey, this is what's going on, um, let me and I'll try to figure this out for you. And I go to the store and they fix it for me. That's no problem. If they communicate with me, no problem. I have no problem telling the store, hey, this customer told me it's been sitting for 30, 40 minutes because and with that customer, I looked at him because it was like 4 in the morning. She's like, thank you so much. I was like, oh, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm going to give you in the mind frame of a DoorDasher right now. You're 17 miles away. It was only $8 pay. Your tip was only $2. I said, if you would have tipped better, you would have got your order a lot quicker. I said, the only reason why you got it was because I'm awake and I just take dumb orders. And she laughed and she said, okay. So hopefully that helps the next person out. But that's what happened is so I'm on the phone now with room is on right side of motel, outside entrance. Okay. So I'm trying to do multiple things here. I'm trying to deliver this order and I'm trying to be on chat with support to try to get that because I'm at a 4.97, which is great. I was literally only at a 5-star for 5 minutes. Hulk Smash, what's going on, brother? How are you? Yeah, after 9 is that's when you can get some of your bad customer ratings and everything. But that's also I've noticed, if I'm going to be completely honest, fair is fair. I've also gotten a lot of good tips after 9 too. So like it just depends because what I'm starting to learn on the night shift, overnight shift, is there's two kind of customers. You have your customers that are very appreciative. Like there's one guy who tips like $10 standard. He gets the same stuff. It's about $20 worth of food, but he tips $10 all the time. So his orders pay about $20. Um, and then you have drunk people. Some drunk people think they're Donald Trump and and tip you a lot of money. And some drunk people realize they broke and they ain't trying to tip. So like, yeah, and I think I just went to the wrong hotel. So what's going on, Ken? Thank you very much. I appreciate you. You want to play with him? Shut up, Ken. Um, See that? Yeah, they tried to take me to the wrong. Well, actually, they didn't try. They did take me to the wrong hotel, and of course, I obliged GPS and went to the wrong hotel. They say it's on the right side of the hotel, so we're gonna make sure that's what it is. um, yep, right side. Here we go. 142. Hopefully, it's on the bottom. That would be great, because this is one of these hotels where it could be at the top or the bottom.
Customer requested you hand them the order.
All the ones
are provided in the
they're
Dasher app.
they're only labeled in 100, so it's not like the second floor is 200s. Everything's 100. But yeah, it looks like to be downstairs, and it is right here. So let's go drop this off real quick, and I will do some more talking with you. And hopefully can get my 5-star back. But I mean, if I can't, I can't. Okay. I mean, it's worth a shot, you know. Yeah, yeah. Half these hotels, once upon a time, 925 for 3.9 miles. It's three items at Martin's shopping pay. Three items, 925. That's a shopping pay, princess. I know you ain't here, but let's go. Yeah, well, I was at the 5-star for literally. I have a picture of it. I'm about to make a short about it. I feel kind of weird making a short if I'm not actually at a 5-star rating. But it didn't take long for me to go down. Literally, I swear it's probably 5-10 minutes. They ended my chat. Okay, it says, wow, this is a first. This is a first, guys. I want to read it to you. It says, Beth G rated you a 2-star. She did not give a reason for it, which I already knew the reason. So we are going to remove it. Please give me 72 hours. And that's their jargon. It goes away it goes away super quick. It probably is already gone now. And it is. As you can see, I don't know if you can see, it's gone. We're at a 5.0 rating again. Um, and that's where support, and I don't know if you guys, Benny. Yeah, it got removed. Um, well, that's what's crazy. Like, I knew why. And again, she had said it was because her food was cold. And I knew why it was cold because there was a no tip order. I happened to be one of the nice people to take it. And that's the problem. And I will warn all you drivers this. If you know an order has been declined by about 7, 8 people, because you can tell by how much the order is, you do run the risk, everybody, of it being cold. And unfortunately, we're the last people the customers see. So they're not going to rate the restaurant bad. They're going to rate us bad, or they're going to rate everyone bad. But we're the last one we see. I mean, we're the last one they see. So if something's wrong, we're going to catch the shit about it. So yeah, that's the problem with that. And guess what? I don't have my wallet for my red card. So I'm going to have to pass this store to go back to get my red card, but I'm going to hit As soon as I pass it, arrive to store, I can hit it now. That's how I close. But I'm pretty close to the thing. I don't have the digital card on my thing. Yeah, well, see, and that's the thing. I normally do to a point. Like I'm at 89%, so I'm not at the 100% you guys have seen me be at lately. So I have been a little more judicious with my orders. I want to get back to 90, but my problem is when you're starting to work like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, you're not sure when your next order could come. And for me, it's always busy. But I never want to be that person that declines the one order and then sits for the next 2 hours and is like, is it because I declined this order? I have to call DoorDash to get them to, because I have it downloaded, but it says it's not active. I have to call DoorDash to get them to activate it on my digital. I don't know why, but I tried. But I'm literally 3 minutes away from the Martins. I'm passing Martins right now as we speak. Yeah, no, I tried. It won't do it. No, I did that. See, I don't know why, but seriously, like I went straight from the app to Apple, and I think it's because I switched phones. I think what it was I've never had it digital, but my phone, since I became a creator, I switched my phone number. My backup phone is now my DoorDash account. So I've switched my numbers on my account, and I don't know if that has something to do with it. They need to verify my new phone number, like on to do something like that. I'm not sure. Yeah, my best range so far, I'm no shit, is like 88 to 96. I can't go lower than 88, or I will start crawling for orders. And that is, I don't know why. I guess everybody in my town has stepped up their game. Now, I have something over a lot of these people, which is a 5-star rating. Um, so, but yeah, like if I go like to 86, it's a crawl. But that's because I'm competing with people in this town that knows there's money. Everyone makes good money. No one makes like the money that I think maybe there's a handful of people that make money like I do. Sometimes they work longer. Sometimes I work longer. We're in an exclusive club in my town. But everybody here has stepped their game up. I've talked to like 12 people. I've seen their phones. They've seen mine because we're curious. And like I'll show them and they're like, okay, you're at 97%. You're at a 4 point, at that time was like a 4.93 rating. And then like we're comparing. Yeah. Now I tried. And then we're like comparing numbers. Hell to the yeah. Oh, great job. And from what I've seen, is everybody here in my town that I've physically seen is at a 90%. Out of 10 people, 9 of them were at 90 or above. One person was at 86 or 87. And that person said they struggled a little. Good morning. So that's what I've seen. I gotta hurry up and get this. Yeah, I could have had this order already done. Stupid. That's my fault for walking out of the house without my damn wallet. That's a mistake I haven't made in a long time. Yeah, I mean, it's all about your town's average. Like my town's average happens to be high. It seems like Larry, if I remember correctly, Larry's at a 78 to 83, but he has a 5-star rating too. So he might be coming low in his town with the AR, but that might be the average in his town for everybody. But he's also coming with a 5.0 customer rating. And that 100% matters. 100%. I am starting to think customer rating is just as important, if not a little bit more, than your um, your acceptance rate. All right, give me 1 second, everybody. Talk up 1 minute. Okay, okay. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, and that's all it takes. You can have your cherry pickers there, but all it takes is a lot of people to have high ARs too. But I've seen here in my town a lot of high ARs, and truth be told, a lot of high customer ratings. Like that was the one thing I was a little surprised about. Like I think the average customer rating out of the 10 or 11 people I saw, honestly, was probably about a 4.95. There was a couple 5 stars, and there was a couple like 4.92s, 4.94s, and like 4.98s. Very good. See, I'm here with you guys. I'm gonna take you through what I'm doing. I've been working, like I said, it's been really hot here, so I wanted to avoid some of the heat. But also, I'm starting to go live with my GoPro because it looks better. But it's magnetic, so I need to get something magnetic that I can put it on in my car because I have something that I can put it on when I get out of the car. I have a magnetic chest thing, harness that I literally stick it to when I get out and it'll go to. I just need to get this magnetic piece for my car that when I'm talking to you guys, I can literally slap my GoPro right there and I'm talking to you guys. And then when I get out the car, slap you right here and you guys can see what I see. Yes, you do, Larry. Especially these holders are pretty cheap. Like mine's expensive because it's magnetic and it's for my GoPro. It's going to be like $65. Um, but I eventually am going to get one. I want to put my GoPro on my chest and see what you guys can see while I'm in my car. But yeah, the whole point is for you guys to be like POV with me. I'll have my phone that I'll be able to see the chat with, but that's about it. Sigma, what's going on? Yeah, I came out a little late this morning, not completely doing the breakfast run, but yeah, I was out here seeing what's out here today. Uh, you know, right now my dummy self came out and forgot my wallet, so I had to drive all the way back to my house. But I have a 925 shopping pay for 3 items, going like 3 miles. Yeah, but some of them Hulk Smash don't work as well as others. Like I did find that out. Or some of them will not will hold the charge but won't actually charge it, and then over time will start losing charge. Just got to find the right one. Just turning AM there. Okay, so you're out in the central. Yeah, we're just hitting 9 o'clock. Usually gets started about 6 or 7 out here. Sigma. I just wasn't feeling getting up that early. And honestly, I wasn't even sure I was going to work today. Like I was going to take the day off, but wifey needs something small. So I said, screw it. Let's go get some. Plus, I always like to have some money just for me. Oh, you're going to Texas in a few weeks. Okay. Well, yeah, I got to get cracking again. Well, I mean, I've been working, but I need to get like super cracking here in about a week and start hitting it hard. Got $400 to give my daughter for her wedding, and I already got my outfit. I got to get the shoes. I still got to get my shoes, my daughter's shoes. So, yeah, we're gonna be doing it pretty good. Started at 8 a.m. Yeah, yeah, I started at like 8:30. Yeah, I'm only 20 minutes into this. All right. Now that I got my wallet, let's go get these 3 items that won't take me very long at all. Strawberries, some kind of like half and half creamer, and I don't know what the other thing is, but it won't be. I very much will, Hulk. Yeah, she's getting married. She's been with. I like them. Yes, you will, Larry. You're not the morning person, but your place might not be a morning town. I would have liked to think if you could make money in the morning there, Larry, you would be. One home from the next one. You have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Some people are so nice. I like people. Heavy whipping cream. Heavy whipping cream. All right. 1 pint. We're looking for a pint. All right. I know what they're making. One more item for you. Oh, okay. That's pretty close, Peter. Florida for a couple minutes. You got family there, right? I have headphones. They're in the car, and I tried to connect them, and for whatever reason they wouldn't connect. I'm tired of spending money. I just spent money like $600 on my GoPro setup. That's going to be used for my lives. I have to wait for something else that I paid an additional 60 for. I'm just done spending money, and my headphones wouldn't hook up for whatever reason because they hate me. It's because I'm Mexican. But yeah, I tried for like 10 minutes and said screw it. All right, so that only took me 2 minutes and 20 seconds. It's a good thing I'm fat. I can steer the thing with my belly for 2 seconds. How are you guys doing today?
You have a
Oh, you know I can't complain.
Please scan it now.
Oh, it's gonna
Please make
take
sure
your
to
photos
scan
up on
all
the scale.
items
Oh shit.
placing them in the bagging area.
Okay.
Please continue scanning. Place your item in the bagging area. Place your item in the bagging area.
No, there's not.
Scan coupon. Your total is 40. Please continue scanning.
Yeah, you're all right.
No, there's not.
Your bonus card has been accepted. Please select your payment method or touch return to scan. Please wait. System processing. Please follow the instructions on the pin pad. Please remember to post your receipt.
All right. See, that would have been great if
Well,
I didn't forget my order, my card, because this was real quick. like 4 minutes in and out. I made it go 10 minutes longer because I had to go get my phone or my wallet because I'm a dumbass. Well, absolutely, you do. Like I've taken it easy, Sheila. Like I was for over 30 days delivery. Like 4 days ago, I was at 723, and I'm down to like 650. Like I've taken it easy. Some. Okay, now let's go see. Yeah, I know, Hulk. It sucks because like for me, I've cost myself money. I've cost myself money. So yeah, you know how it is, Hulk. We've all been there. We've all beaten ourselves up. All right, so this is gonna be these apartments. It's about 5 minutes away from me, 2.3 miles. So it's not too bad. Where am I at now? I'm just left Martin's grocery store, so we're heading to the delivery. I just don't like the fact that I forgot my wallet. I had to like cost myself an extra 10 minutes, but that's neither here nor there anymore. That's taken care of. We're good there. So we're just gonna go out here and kill it. Traffic's pretty steady this morning, which is crazy at 9 o'clock in the morning. Usually on a Saturday, it waits until about 11 to get all crazy. And it's not crazy, but it's getting there quickly. It's getting there quickly. So how's y'all's DoorDash experience has been over, like, we've all done this platinum tier except for Larry. Larry's still new on this. But everybody else, you've been doing this tier program for a while now. What is everybody's opinion? I have a town that's 30 minutes away from me that I've been wanting to work since it was put in DoorDash 4 years ago that never worked. They don't have the tier program at all. They have Top Dasher still. And that is a little zone, from what I hear, that's not going to change. It's going to stay Top Dasher. So I want to go work that and go back and then kind of like go back and forth between Platinum and Top Dasher. So I can honestly see firsthand the difference. But my personal opinion on the tier program is it's a lot like Top Dasher. Again, I think the only difference now is it got people to raise their AR up, which is what DoorDash wanted. So it made things more competitive. So I think as the Platinum program, it's more of a competitive program because DoorDash did exactly what they wanted. They got drivers to buy into the keep your high AR up, and then drivers started seeing little changes that DoorDash made, like we're deactivating people that get below 90% completion percentage, and they had been deactivating people for violating their terms of services, and so like it's making people nervous to the point where I've heard some drivers being like, is declining a shit ton of orders somehow violate the terms of services? And I implore everybody, I get it. Nobody can read them right away. So you kind of have to go into Dash before you read them, but you should read the terms of service. It's long, but you should read them. Because there's things on there that I didn't even know that could violate you. Like common sense things, but like they've updated their terms of services for a lot of language for content creators. I'm not sure one content creator that has said that outside of the fact that they're I've heard like Pedro, and I've heard other people who've been deactivated saying, hey, they're deactivating content creators now, but no one said why. And I looked up 2 of the terms of service on there, and they make sense. But one, you're not allowed to show the address, like numbers and stuff. You're not allowed to talk about their address, street names, or nothing like that. That gives any indication that you're showing people where they live. Now, you can, like I said, as long as there's no numbers, you can record houses. Obviously, depending on what state you live in, you can record the person. But if they tell you to be in it, you blur them. My state, it's one-sided. As long as people see it in my state, they understand I can record. But they still can tell me, hey, take me out of that, and I'll blur them. I won't take them out, but I'll blur them. And that's legal on our end, but that can get you deactivated, which makes sense. Also, what I didn't realize, and I don't think a lot of people realize, you're not even allowed to mention a customer's name. That is a part of the TOS. You are not allowed to go online and mention the customer first name. I mean, we're not talking about doxing the customer and give it out. I mean, you're not even allowed, if you come across a lady like Kelsey, you can't even say the name Kelsey, because people will say, oh, he lives in this town. He gives a lot of information about himself. There's a lady named Kelsey, and they can make the inference, and they can figure it out. It's the internet. They can figure anything out. So, like, you're not allowed to give any kind of part of a name. Now, granted, they're probably not going to care if you're talking good. It's probably when you're disparaging. But you probably should be careful not even mention a name.
Just leave it my door.
Yeah, my state's one-sided. Hold on one second. Let me go deliver this real quick, and I'll be right back with you. But yeah, I mean, they're putting a lot of language in the TOS that is generally directly to content creators, because they see a lot of the bad stuff that's going on with content creators, and they don't like the look. They don't really care about the people. Like, so far, I get me. I've been a good content creator. I haven't dissed anybody, nothing like that. You can be opinion. It doesn't say you can't disparage, it doesn't say you can't disparage DoorDash. I think the thing is, I think there's 2 different types of criticism, and I think DoorDash doesn't want either one of them, but I think they won't deactivate you for constructive criticism. Like I say all the time, DoorDash could do better, and this is what I mean. They could give us an extra $1 on the base pay. They've raised it $1 since I've been on here. You could say something like that, but I don't think you can go on like a profanity-laced tirade on DoorDash. Like I've also seen, I see that. See, that's where you get a little bit of a tricky slope, because when you start criticizing non-tippers, if any of those if the people who don't tip call DoorDash and say, hey, I've seen this online, and this is from this account, and I don't like that, DoorDash will send their PR team to your account, and it's up to them whether they agree with the customer, they feel like it's disrespectful, or they leave you be. Because I've said that DoorDash has created a broken system between the DoorDash driver and the customer. Neither one like each other, and that's partly DoorDash's fault. I've always said that. If DoorDash did a little bit of more to inch up pay a little bit more, like on the base pay, I think everyone would be happy. Absolutely. That's what I mean. Like, because you got Pedro. I don't know if Pedro wants this out there, but Pedro's reactivated. They reactivated his DoorDash account. He doesn't want to do DoorDash anymore. He's kind of butthurt. He feels like, for good and bad, he's brought a lot of good attention to DoorDash. And he feels like maybe he shouldn't have been deactivated so quickly. But he has his account back. He just doesn't want to do it. And I get it. I'd be butthurt too. Yeah, no names, no addresses, stuff like that. It's just, I think when it can be, as long as you're not, the less specifics, the better. Just be careful. That's all I would say is just be careful. I don't want to see anybody getting deactivated that really likes this and uses this platform for a good living like I do. But I still say what I want. I'm just not a dick. So you're never going to hear me say screwed. Like, I still never said anything bad about DoorDash. It gives me an opportunity to make a good living. I do make a good living. I make decent to great money. Depends on what day, what week. And I've done it for 5 years full time. You won't hear me say a bad, but you'll hear me say things can get better. Do this. Hey, how about this as a suggestion? You better believe that's common sense, Dasher, Sky Dasher. 100%. But here's also what we all know. Customers for, 50 years? Like, you know how many times I've had customers cussing me out when I was general manager at a fast food place? And it's very much understood that I can't go cuss them back out. It's the same thing with the customer service. Same thing with DoorDash. They can say whatever they want about us. We can't say anything about them. But we should be used to that because that's how it's always been. Always. Like, because if we were a server in a restaurant and someone like literally said, there's no tip today, that server's not going to then go and just go ballistic on a customer. That server's also not going to go screaming through the store that, hey, so-and-so didn't tip. That's just not going to happen. So it shouldn't happen at all in this internet life. Yeah. I would never give a customer's name out or nothing like that. I would never give their address. Like the 2 GoPro videos you see of mine that are on my videos, which again, please watch my videos. I make sure that there's no address. So I've never had to edit an address out because I'm very careful. You better believe they're not. But again, that's what happens. We live in a different world. You know how that goes. And that's okay. As long as I know the rules, I can play within the rules. That's why I read the TOS. It's not in the moment, but after it comes out, I'll read it. Because guess what? Whether we agree with the team's terms of service or not, if we do this for a living or for a good bit of side money, we're going to accept the terms of service whether we agree with it or not. That's 100%. That's what I mean. Like, you have to, and it's hard because it tells you what you can get deactivated for, which is damn near anything. Like, you can damn near get deactivated for anything. And like I said, they're also trying to deactivate people. They're going through a poor part where they want to get rid of people, so they're making it harder for. I guess they're targeting content creators too. And bad drivers, so to speak. But what consists of a bad driver? Like, I've said this, you guys have known me for enough months now. Remember the driving thing that's hit our phone? I said when that first happened, I said, before you guys even had it on your phones, I said, this is going to be a way they deactivate people. They're going to say people are driving unsafe, hard braking, fast, accelerating. They're going to say people are driving unsafe and deactivate them. Because DoorDash has realized they've let way too many people on their platform as a whole. So they've got to go to these areas that are heavily saturated. And unfortunately for Pedro, St. Louis is one of the heaviest saturated places and easiest place to start deactivating people from. Los Angeles is another one. New York City is another one. Yeah, it's true. No, there's no shame. Look, man, I'm not too proud. If I were to get deactivated from any of these apps, and hey, knock on wood, 5 years I've done DoorDash, I haven't been deactivated on one of them. So thank the good Lord, I've done a good job. Um, but if I were, I'd go back when I'm allowed, because DoorDash will let, unless you have physically gotten violent with the customer, unless you have completely just trashed a customer, or you started violence at a restaurant, something serious like that, they will reactivate you, especially if you were a good driver. Like if you were a good driver, they'll be like, okay, we'll yank you for 90 days. You're going to learn your lesson. You're going to calm down, and then we'll let you back. They'll let almost anyone back if that's been doing it for a long, long time. But also, what goes into it, they want to see who the cherry pickers are. And they want to be like, oh, this cherry picker right here, cherry picker A, they had no fast braking, no fast accelerating, but cherry picker B over there had 17 hard brakes and 15 fast accelerates. We're going to go ahead and deactivate cherry picker B, because that's where they're going to start. They're going to start with the people that won't take their orders, and then they're going to work out. Of course not. It doesn't mean they won't, but they don't want to. You're right. Yeah, yeah, Lisa. But like that's my personal opinion. Is just they want to deactivate the people who aren't taking the orders. They want to deactivate because, again, look, they tried to do something nice, and again, people don't want to talk about the nice things DoorDash does. I will. Um, the worry-free thing, where you can click on your question mark if you're on an order, and if it's taken forever, you can unassign it on your own, and it's going to be worry-free. You don't have to wait the 10 or 15 minutes that it can take. Well, guess what? People took advantage of that and were just unassigning everything. DoorDash Dashing Traders got 3 accounts deactivated for it. I know somebody in my town that got deactivated because they used that as a decline. So, like, something they tried to put out there to save us 10 minutes and that we don't have to call them. And it was to help them too. So they didn't have to get on the phone with us, get on chat with us every other Sigma. Yeah, I feel you. But for everybody that has taken advantage of that, they've been getting deactivated, which probably they should. Um, but it was meant to make it easier for us and them. So, and I only knew about it because Dashing Trader, I watch him, and I watched like 7 of his videos, and he's like 3 of his accounts got declined for yeah. Like, here's the thing. Like I've always said, DoorDash has been, for the most part, the DoorDash is the king. When it comes to food delivery, DoorDash is king. DoorDash more than not has gotten the food delivery right. Now, their lawsuits and practices, they've gotten in trouble. That's public knowledge. All I gotta say is they've lost money because they've lost lawsuits. That's public knowledge, DoorDash. I'm not saying anything inflammatory or nothing. It is what it is. You got your hand caught in the cookie jar a couple times, so to speak. Um, but they've gotten it right more than not, I firmly believe. Hey, hold on one second. My wife is messaging me. Okay, can you guys still hear me? Got my DoorDash bag. Yeah, you just got to be careful to do it correctly and not take advantage of that system, because, again, Quick. Yeah. Not, hey, I appreciate you guys so much. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you. Look, I think we're all in the business to, like if take an inch, give a mile, so to speak, or give a mile, that whatever that saying is, we all like to try to, we all play in the rules, but we also like to see where we can color right by the line and stuff like that. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Sigma. Like I said, I tried to connect my headphones. It just won't let me. Absolutely, and that's what I mean. That's where the terms of service comes in, is to find out where those gray areas are. Like so, just like Pedro, I would implore everybody to find them. You can get them on the DoorDash website. You can get them on the Reddit, and you can just look them up, and it'll direct you to a terms of service online. So, and a lot of it is just jargon, it's just BS. But there's some important things in there that we should know. Yeah, Sigma. But that's what I mean. Like, if you're paying attention, if you're reading your terms of services, you'll know exactly where those gray lines are. Like, I'll give you an example. 4 years ago, everybody remember an app maybe called Para, and what it was supposed to take away the guesswork on what the tips were. And Para was a third-party app that you would download and log into your DoorDash system, and it would supposedly let you know how much it was hiding tip-wise, what it would really pay. Well, the problem was when you logged into it, you gave Para information impropriety that they shouldn't know about. You let them in DoorDash's system, their algorithm, to hidden secrets, to trade secrets. Well, I had DoorDash actually call me, and not one of those DoorDashers that you could barely understand. I'll leave it there, as my counterpart says, if you know, you know. um, um, and they talked to me and said, "Hey, we see you have this on here. You can't have that. This is why you can't have that. We're going to deactivate you if you continue. We're trying to be nice. We see that you're a good driver. We see that you know what you're doing. This isn't a good thing. Maybe you were given bad information, and we would like to keep you on here. But if this is on here by the end of today and you take another order, then we're going to have to yeah, because that's how Para got on back then 4 years ago. That's how Para knew how much your tips were. You just logged into your DoorDash account information, because if you didn't, then Para couldn't register anything. You could have the Para app all you want, but unless it was connected to your DoorDash, it couldn't tell you what it was paying, what it wasn't paying. So long story short, I didn't deal with Para anymore. I deactivated my Para app. And it wasn't always right anyways. But see, what I was basically, because when I became anybody who remembers COVID, we had the town hall meetings, and I was a part of it. Like, you had to submit. They reached out to you and be like, "Hey, do you want to be a part of this membership team?" And you had to write an essay. to be a part of that team. And my thing to them was when I would talk to them, because you would talk to people in California, it'd be an hour Zoom. You'd get one a month, and I did it for 6 months. And you would get actual people who work, not the people you call, but people who actually work at DoorDash headquarters in Silicon Valley or in San Francisco, whichever one at the time. And my biggest thing was, and a lot of people who on the Zoom call would tell them, like, we want transparency. Like, we want to know pretty much what we're getting paid, because this was a wild, wild west where before there was a plus, before there was anything, it was guesswork. Like, DoorDash would kind of be like, oh, you're 50, like 650, 750, you would know those were going to pay more. But outside of that, it was just guesswork. And we kept saying this, we want to know. Like, take some of the guesswork out of it for us. And no shit. A year later, they came out with the plus system. They came out with all that. So you kind of, it was transparent. You knew what was going to pay more, and you knew what wasn't going to pay more. See, that's crazy, because at least DoorDash would have paid you half. And see, that's where I always say DoorDash will get it right. Like, where Uber Eats won't pay you shit in compensation. Yeah, what's $3, $4? But there are some instances that, like, I had an order that the people would not remake. Like, another driver came and took it. DoorDash, for whatever reason, couldn't get these people to make it. So DoorDash paid me full pay. Like, it was a $9.25 order. They paid me $9.25. So, like, normally you'll get half. But there's the occasion where DoorDash, and I don't ask for it, will give me the full pay. Like Walmart, your return, like Spark, I don't return shit, because they try to give you only $2 to return something. Unless I'm right next door to you, I'm not returning it. But I haven't done Spark in years. And I'm probably going to do a Spark video coming up soon. But I'm not returning it. Like the alcohol, I don't drink. But on DoorDash, they're like, because I've had plenty of times where the customer's either been drunk and I refused, they haven't been home, or their ID was expired. So I get on and they're like, oh, you can return it for $2. And if it's right next door, no problem. But if we're going 5 miles up the road, I'm not returning it. I'm not. And I don't keep it. I just throw the alcohol away because I don't drink. Now, if it's a box of wine, I'll give it to my wife. She drinks. But anything outside of wine, if that happens, and it doesn't happen much, but it's happened, I get rid of it, because there should be more for the return depending on how far. Like, if you're next door to it or whatever, a mile away, I think $2 makes sense. But, like, it should go on how far you are from delivery to where they want it again. Oh, that's it? See, that's why I love my alcohol orders, because for the most part, they do pay pretty good. You have that occasional one that doesn't, but what I've always said is usually your alcoholics, your alcohol drinkers, respect your time a little more than anybody else. I also had a couple shopping pays yesterday that didn't pay very well. And my daughter was like, $8.75, Dad, for 3 miles. She was like, it's 4 items. She was like, that's good, but she was like, how come it's not paying well? So we deliver the order, and I show her, boom, that one, no tip. I said, that's why I pay, just no tip. I said, some people respect your time, and some people don't. I said, this person didn't respect the fact that I had to get out of my car, go get 4 items for them, and bring it to them. Now, we had another one, and I said, now, look, Peyton, this person, it was $20. I said, it was 11 items. I said, but this person, and then she gave me another $10 in cash. I said, this is a person who respected my time and the drive, because we took it. It was $22.59 for 15 miles, Aldi's, 9 items. She gave me $10 in cash, and it paid a total of $32.59. And I looked at my daughter, because I like to show her, said, this is somebody who respected your time. Somebody who understood you had to go shopping somewhere, and it's somebody who understood that you had a long drive to them. And maybe someone who understood you weren't going to get another order until you went back in their town. So for 45 minutes worth of work, 50 minutes from shopping to delivering, $32.59. Yeah, then I have to drive another 20 minutes to get to an order. So if you even want to say an hour and 15 minutes, that's perfect. Hour and 15 minutes for $32. That's great. And that's how I feel with DoorDash and how things are going with just like some of the shopping pays and everything, because my shopping pays usually are amazingly paid. I have started to realize that usually they're only amazing if the tip is amazing. If not, DoorDash is the one paying you like 90% of the order, if not the whole 100. And anytime you get DoorDash that pays you most of your shopping pay, it's not a good order as far as the pay wise. It could have been better. But if I take it, I take it. Is what it is. I'm not going to complain about it. But my daughter's like, well, how come it doesn't pay that much? I'm like, well, because the person didn't tip. Or how come it? She was like, damn, that paid a lot, Dad. I'm like, well, look, they paid a good bit, but then also DoorDash paid. So I'm like, it's a good order, because the DoorDash order originally, it was $22.59. $9.32 of that was DoorDash, or was you do the math of the $22.59. $9.32 was the customer tip. The rest of it was DoorDash. She gave me a 10, so it ended up being $19.32 for her. So it was basically a little over half her. It was like 60-40. I'm okay with that. 1830. It's for Karen. And you don't know that. You absolutely don't know that until you take it. I'm wondering if this is her. I'm thinking it might be her. Let me see. Hello. Are you Karen? I just want to make sure. Normally it's over there, but I saw you. So I was like, maybe this time it's on this side. Hey, absolutely. How are you doing today?
Doing great. You?
Oh, just starting to make some money, so I'm doing pretty good. Hey, here you go.
So much. I
Absolutely.
appreciate it. Have a
Thank you.
good
You too. See, that's a nice Karen. Yeah, and see, not a lot of people would like. It was $22.59 for 16 miles. Technically, it's worth it. It's more pay than miles. The problem with it is, you know, you're going to a town you're going to come back on, so that makes it not worth it. It was a gut call. God knows I didn't think I was going to get a tip, but I'm also the guy that takes some questionable orders like this one. $3.25 for 3 miles. Very, very questionable order. But I know it's not going very far. I can get it and get out quickly. All right, brother. Thank you very much, Sigma, for coming. I appreciate you. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd appreciate that. All the likes help. All the subscriptions help. I have more videos coming. I have 2 more, I believe. 1 more. I had 1 video come out today, so I have 1 more that comes out next week. And then I'm working on videos, actually, right now to come out. And if you're a actual subscriber, a membership holder, you guys get all my videos early. Can be anywhere from 3 days early to weeks early. So keep that in mind. And I'm going to be doing more lives and stuff like that. Like I said, I've just worked a weird shift lately. It's not hot right now, so I decided to jump on live and talk to everybody, see how everybody was doing, and actually talk about some things at DoorDash, not just my ride along that I got going on right now, which we always like to talk about that. But just to get you guys' opinion on like some of the deactivations, and like the one that bothered me the most, but I understood the most with the deactivation, is first go check out Dashing Across America. Chuck, love Chuck. I've actually never talked to Chuck, but I like his stuff. It was sad. It was sad to see him get deactivated. He's a sweet old man, but I understand why he did. Because he went to Starbucks, who told him he couldn't video in there, and he begged for them to put a no trespassing on there, so he couldn't get orders there anymore. And once he did that, that was it for DoorDash. DoorDash was like, guys, come on, man. Yep. One place you can't video record. Why can't you just not record at one place? So like as sad as it was, I understood why they did it. This is how busy this is right now. Yeah. So this might not have been a great order to take because I might be waiting a little bit. I've got one item. It's a large iced coffee. It ain't ready yet. Is that my car? Yeah, I'm not waiting. Okay. Now, normally what happens is they want to put everything in bags and everything. She literally looked at the receipt, put the cup on the receipt. It's one item. It's a damn coffee. It's iced coffee. That's it. So she's busy. She's not going to. Yeah, it is now. She wasn't going to get it put in a bag. She literally saw that it was my only item. But because she's so busy, she was just like, hey, let me set this on the receipt. Let me go keep making other drinks and stuff. And that's completely fine because I'm not waiting for you to put it in a bag. I mean, I guess you guys, they put your orders in the Dunkin' Donuts bags too. Well, this is one coffee. I'll walk out with it with the receipt and we'll go about our business. I don't think the customer cares two shits less about their iced coffee being in a bag as long as their iced coffee's good and it hasn't been tampered with, which we all know. I'm not tampering with anything. Maybe that's not all DoorDash drivers, but I'm not. So their drink is fine and safe. I mean, it's not fine because I don't know. I don't drink it. But I'm about to go hit up. This is getting taken over to a rich well, not townhouse, apartment complexes. Like these, to get into these complexes, you need to have a like to buy one of the complexes is about $550,000, and we're talking like 1,600 square feet, but it's a nice 1,600 square feet. We're delivering there, and if you don't buy it, it's gonna rent you for about $2,800 a month. So that's where we're headed right now. Yeah. Well, see, I'm not hating on anybody who does that. I understand. Trust me. Like, I don't need them to put it in a bag. I understand their job is tough. Just don't ignore me. That's my thing. I don't care if I wait. That's no problem. Acknowledge me, as my tribal chief Roman Reigns says. Um, just acknowledge that I'm there, and I have no problem. No worries. Very good, Hulk. Very good, Hulk. Let's go. Like, I don't mind waiting. I don't. I really don't. Like, I'm a patient person. I understand that I'll have 20 orders in a day and 18 of them were ready as soon as I walked in. So I'm not going to be the person who gets mad at the two orders I had to wait on, um, because I remember the 18 that I didn't have to wait on. It all equaled out. Um, So yes, Hulk. So as long as they acknowledge me, I'm fine. Oh, you better believe it, Hulk. I'm going to SummerSlam. It's in Cleveland, and that's because I believe personally Roman Reigns is coming back, and he's gonna go up against Solo. Yeah, I mean, we all know how this job goes. We understand that. We want everything to be ready, of course. We want everything to tip well, of course. But we're all grown ups and understand it doesn't work that way all the time. And I'm okay with that. Okay with that. And that's mainly because I have maybe one or two restaurants that will have me waiting for a while. And that's not a surprise because I already know I'm going in there to do it. It is. It is, Hulk. Yeah. I mean, that's what it would like to be. 100%. Um, like I said, I've done this long enough. Like it's not my first day. I understand. Sometimes you're gonna get screwed. Sometimes you're gonna get overly taken care of. And I remember those too. I remember like I can't get mad at the one that paid $4 and not a tip for $15, $20 worth of food. When I remember the person who tipped $10, which meant the order paid 16 for a sandwich. Like there's some people who under tip or don't tip, and there's some people who over tip. And we hope that they make up for each other. They break even, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like that's what I hope. And for the most part, it works out just fine. You don't hear me cussing too much about it, which tells you it works. 204, hand to me. Okay. 204. So I gotta go up their little elevator. Yeah. I can't even talk about a catering order, ladies. I haven't had a catering order in 5, 6 weeks. It's crazy. I've never, I don't think I've ever went this long without a catering order. And it's quite upsetting. Like it's I've never went this long, I don't think. I could be wrong, but I don't think I've ever went this long without a catering order. I do get shopping days, so I'm not gonna complain there. It's still nice to get a catering order once in a while just to remember I'm still in the program. Yeah, I know. I used to get like 5 or 6 a week guaranteed. Now it's been, like I said, 5, 6 weeks without one. So,
The customer requested you hand them the order. They added the following instructions. Hand it to me.
okay. Well, this is a very much gated place. So maybe they won't have me go up. Maybe they'll just meet me at the door. But we'll go find out because I'm going to try to bring you guys almost everywhere I go that I can help. Hello.
Carly? Yes.
Harley,
Thank you.
have a wonderful day.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you. You have a good day. Be safe. 2 drivers come at the same time. One for Wendy's and one from Dunkin'. That's funny. And she was ready too. She came down, right? She was there. As soon as I started pounding the number in, she was there. So I hope the lady there got the tip because I didn't. I got $1 tip. Hopefully that lady got a little bit more of the friendlier tip than I did. But we'll see. Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I probably should hook up my phone that I'm doing the live on. Try to be like an investor and just have my phone die all the time. And be like, hey, I'll be back in a couple hours because I let my phone die. So I applied for Deliver That and was accepted, but it's to a town that's about 35 miles away from me. I applied and wanted to do it because I want to now have the ability to see how their inner workings work and like to see what you can get. You know what I mean? I just want to see what it looks like, see if it's worth it because that's the closest one to me is in Sterling, Virginia, which is like I said about 35 minutes away from me. Yeah, no, I believe you, Lisa. Because I said that. I said one thing. I said was the thing that I didn't like. Unfortunately, I'm glad everybody could get catering orders now. I didn't like that. I dealt in a system where the catering orders were, I hate to say it, but a privilege. And what I mean by a privilege is DoorDash saw how good of a job you've done over time, whether it's a small bit of time or a long period of time, and said, hey, we're going to give you access. Not everybody gets this access. And then we went from that to everybody can. It's like Oprah giving out cars. You have a catering order. You have a catering order. We all get catering orders. It's crazy. Tornado. No tornado. Um, but yeah, that's my that was my pet peeve with the tier program was I thought they could still keep the catering orders the way it was. And I don't just say that because I had access to them. I earned that access first. Also, I got kind of lucky into it because 6 months after I started, COVID happened, and like nobody wanted to drive, and I felt like I was the only person in my town driving for a little bit. So they like by necessity had to give me catering orders. Um, but um, yeah, I just don't think it's right. But hey, things can always change. If DoorDash notices nationwide that their catering orders are getting screwed up, they might have to go back to their original system because they can't afford to lose their partners. And in my town, that's Easy Cater. Ken, what's going on? Oh, that's not good, Ken. Um, so yeah, I mean that's pretty much how that will go. Okay, that would be pretty cool, Sheila. I say I didn't know that, but yeah, I'm officially on Deliver That's platform. I just wanted to see how it went. Like, I just wanted to see what they offered. Like, for now, the closest place I can go to is 32 miles away to get some action. Um, and we'll see. You guys know. First of all, I'm at 91% now, and it's giving me some garbage. Guess what we do with garbage? Decline. It was bad. It was $6 for like 12 miles. So that's not happening. See, I heard that, Ken. I've heard of Rhodey, and I've heard both. I've heard both avenues of it. The bad thing is Rhodey's not in my area. For whatever reason, I don't have a lot of these things in my area. Like, but I've heard Rhodey pays well. I've heard some people say otherwise. I think it just depends on your market, what you do, where you're at, stuff like that. Oh, absolutely, Hulk. Okay, just because I only use one app, I have them all. I have them all. So if something were to happen, I have every app at my ability. Um, so they can. Um, I would say the ones that pay the most, obviously, are probably the ones that are very, very high, like your narcotics. Like those are the higher because I don't know if every state's like that, but in Virginia we can deliver narcotics. Um, not a, I know not every state's like that. We have a state that's like that, but it does pretty well. Yes, thank you very much, Tornado. Yes, since you're here, guys, with a like, subscribe. I'd appreciate that very much, brothers and sisters. But oh yeah, I took an order 350 for 2 miles. Again, it's crappy, but I'll do it. You guys know me. I I'll take some questionable ones. I just won't take 100% ridiculous ones like that 6 for 12. Like if I do that, it's because I've done it for content, and you will see it on one of my accept all order videos. Outside of that, not happening. Is everybody staying busy? Hulk, your orders coming in pretty steady? Yeah, my orders they're keeping me pretty busy. Again, like I said, I'm not taking completely dog shit ones, but for the most part, they're keeping me busy with good ones, or good enough, I should say. Because this one's not good, but it's good enough. It's not upside down, and it'll be pretty quick. I take the McDonald's orders that are bad because my McDonald's in my town are pretty damn quick. Hi, Kelly. How are you? Love you too. Slow at the Grubhub. Wow. It's been a while since I've heard someone say they were doing a Grubhub order. That's pretty cool, though. I'm glad you. I mean, it's slow, obviously, but Grubhub, can you answer me this? Do they stay? Because you still block in, correct? And they still pay you whether you get an order or not, like some low minimum amount, but they still pay as long as you accept every order they give you. They still pay you a certain amount an hour, whether you get an order or not, Hulk. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that was like 5 years ago that I knew about it. You know, things change on here. I wanted to make sure they were still kept that going. What's going on? So I was wrong. I wasn't ready. But yes, and I had been wearing my seatbelt, Kelly, this whole time. That's why I took it off because I was pulling right in. Hola,
Sí, quítalo con espacio.
hola.
Hola,
¿Cómo estás?
muy busy.
Muy busy. Me too. Me too.
Así que nada más.
Yep, 5
Okay.
Thank you. See, I like to come here because I also get to brush off my Spanish. Hola.
Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien, ¿y tú?
Oh, muy bien. Oh, so sorry. Thank you so much. Yeah. You better believe that one, Hulk. We all gonna hydrate today. All right. Let me see. Where are we headed? And thank you all for being here. If you guys haven't already hit the like button, please do that for me. You know, it makes me excited to see double-digit likes. All right. All right. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? All right. That's easy enough. Right around the corner. You better believe that H2O. I've had one already. I'm drinking a soda now, and I'll be having another one here shortly. And hopefully it's not too hot today, but I probably I mean, I'm not going to be working that long today. I got family that want me home. Good morning, Princess. How are you doing? All right. So we are like 2 minutes away from our delivery. It's a very small one. Tornado, thank you very much. Love that. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how this day is going to go. I know what you meant. Very good, Princess. Very good. You're still talking. You're still taking care of those manimals, aren't you? You get back to work what next week on Monday when your parents get back. Very good. We are almost here at this delivery, which is very good because I'd like to see what the next order is going to give us. I've delivered to this place lots and lots and lots of times. I like the repeat customers. Don't mean they're always good, but I do like the repeat customers because I know exactly where I'm going. Don't have to pull the directions up. Like, and that's the benefit of living in this town for 30 years, growing up in this town for 30 years too, doing a lot of running the streets and stuff like that. I literally know where
The customer
everything
requested you leave the
is.
order at their door. They added the following instructions. Leave at my door.
Hey, okay. All right, that order's done. And we're not having the greatest day. We're not having the worst days either. I mean, I've been on for an hour and 23 minutes and I've made $28. So I need to be at $40 in 27 minutes to hit my $20 an hour. I mean, this will help the cause. 1150 for 5.7 miles. We're going 4. Yep, we're going to Martin's for 5 items. Midwest Panther, what's going on? Oh, the population of my city is 31,000. It's real small, but real busy. Midwest Panther. Like, this is, I swear, sometimes it has the money of 100,000 plus. I mean, I don't swear, I know it does. Like, the medium household is, I think it's like 87,000 is the medium household. So if that tells you anything, with that population and that average household income, that tell you about a little bit about my city. And then the fact that we have 300 restaurants, the fact that we have 8 Walmarts, 2 Lowe's, a Home Depot, 2 malls, you start to learn a little bit more. The fact that I'm only an hour and a half away from Washington, D.C., and that everyone that works in Washington, D.C., a lot of them come and live in my town because it's much cheaper than it is in Fairfax, Arlington, D.C., stuff like that. So what 5 items do I need? That's the good question. Oh, it's gonna be easy again. 2 coffee creamers, fruity cereal, 2, yeah, 2 coffee creamers and 2 things of cereal. That's it. 4 items. That's all I need. 1157. And all but a mile is going to be, I'm going to have 1.2 miles from the place to delivery. So yeah, this is well worth it. And it's just put me at $40. So what are you going to do? All right, well, that's crazy. And this is coming up behind me. Oh, they cut off. Oh, that's pretty cool, Princess. Okay, it says I'm connected. Sorry, I have it connected. I'm trying to connect it so you guys can hear me when I'm in the grocery store, but maybe not. We shall see. Well, that's not good for people to almost drive into other vehicles, especially an ambulance. Yeah, it's gonna be a real easy order. Yeah, my kid's having a lot of fun with this Chuck E. Cheese going every day thing. She doesn't actually go every day, but she goes most of the days. She's enjoying that. And now that she was told that they're about to start an all year pass, she's already trying to be overly nice. Yeah, we're about a minute away from the Martins, and it's only going to take me about 3 minutes to shop for it, minute to check out. So we'll probably be here a total of about 5 minutes. Oh, yeah, I know. I got two phones. They normally all stay ready. Um, my work phone is what I'll usually slap up and get if I can find if something happens. Truth be told, it's been kind of boring, but I've also been out at night too. Believe it or not, it's been kind of calm on the night shift. Like the couple times that I've worked overnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, stuff like that. It's been actually really calm. No cops, no nothing. Surprising, but I mean good. At least nothing crazy's happening in my town and that late at night, which means no one's getting hurt. All right. So we're about to pull up right now at our favorite. It's a little busy here. I forget it's the weekend. It's Saturday. And it's 10 o'clock. So some people have woke up out of bed and they're ready to get their grocery shopping on before a lot of people do. So yeah, we're busy. We just need 3 things. We need milk and cereal. Oh, 4 items. No, no. I don't believe so, no. Martin's is our grocery store. But they're owned by Giant. All right. We're gonna see if these headphones work. I said it got paired. Yes, it. Hey, so let's go. Now that I got you guys paired in my ears, I think I really just threw the headphones in my back seat. That would be so silly. So silly. Coffee creamer and cereal. It's gonna be pretty easy, everybody. I'm gonna walk to the coffee creamer before I even start my trip on here. That says I've arrived. Well, I've said I've arrived, but before I hit start shopping, I'm gonna go all the way to the coffee creamer and then hit start shopping just so I can save myself about 30, 40 seconds of my timer. Because they do compare that timer to other drivers in your area and reassess who needs to have priority access to the shopping base. So that is also a big one too. What's going on, buddy? Not too bad. How about yourself?
Oh, okay. Same old shit.
Yeah, keep working hard. Working hard.
Kind of look like I'm working.
Yeah, kind of look like I did when I was working at the other store. So man, you believe I had cancer and a heart attack
Did you? I didn't know.
right before I got ready to start working here? I had a heart attack,
Oh my god.
and then I just got cancer,
You had cancer.
bladder.
Oh, do you?
Like I just had it removed. I have to have a checkup on August 27th to see if it's still.
You got rid of it?
They're hoping, because if not, then I got to get chemo,
Oh, chemo.
and that yeah, me too, and that goes straight in the bladder through a catheter. So it's not like IV, like your normal, like they literally put a catheter in, and yeah, yeah, I couldn't believe 40 years old, 40, and I stopped smoking.
Did you?
Yeah, stop smoking, stop
Lost
drinking.
weight. I see that.
Well, that's what happens when you stop smoking, stop drinking.
Yeah,
Because that's all I did was drink and smoke and work. So like when I quit drinking, quit smoking, I stopped having a reason to eat so goddamn much. DoorDash.
Oh, there you
Yeah, I make good money doing this, man. Like last year I made 70,000. Last year, yeah, I make good money doing this. So I'm doing it on my terms. But it also helps because my daughter, she has a really bad immune system, so like she misses a lot of school. So like it's hard to have a regular job because as much as they understand, they also need somebody there to work. And over like the past 5 years, I haven't been able to. I wouldn't be very dependable because once my school calls, I'm all my daughter has. So I'm gone. It's not like I have a mother or someone else. It's all on me. So yeah.
So I know somebody is. You can see your tips on DoorDash.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You can pick what you want.
Yep.
Same thing.
No, they just instead of you seeing what you get, this one just throws to you, and you can pick and choose what you want if you want it, stuff like that. I get a lot of shopping pay orders, and these pay really well. Like this one right here, it's $10. It's 2 miles, and it's only one other item. I gotta go get 1 box of cereal, this, and a box of cereal. I normally, like I said, I'm in and out of here like 3-4 minutes. But hey, now you have a good one, buddy. Thank you, buddy. All right, sorry about that, everybody. It's someone that I used to work with that I haven't seen in such a long time here at the grocery store. All right. Life and Fruity Pebbles. That's what I need. Life and Fruity Pebbles. And I see the Fruity Pebbles. I must have walked past the Life. So we're going to get the Fruity Pebbles first. And then we're going to find Life. Yes, I did pass Life. That's what happens. Need to go get a Life. We're done now. We've been in here 3 minutes and 37 seconds. 2 of those minutes I talked. So, as you can see, it didn't take long for us to do that order. I just need to shut my trap sometime and stop talking to people. And I would have been out of here a lot quicker.
$4.61 back. You want to receipt? You're welcome.
Good morning or afternoon, whichever one.
Good.
Nah, it's going so far. So far, so good. Thank you. Oh, I would have bagged that for you. If I stop throwing stuff, it'd be even better.
Yeah, you're fine. I have days like that too.
Fingers act like they don't want to work. I appreciate you.
Have a good weekend.
You too, thank you. All right, everybody. So we are done. I was right, 5 minutes total shopping. It would have been 3, but you know, everybody's favorite DoorDasher has to run into somebody and start running his mouth like he knows everybody in the world, which I kind of do. I just don't like how it tells us to discard the receipt. That just kind of lets you know that unsavory things are going down when DoorDash tells you to throw the receipts away. Take a picture and throw it away. That picture does not go to the customers, everybody. That picture goes to DoorDash. And I will let you guys wonder why they tell you to throw the receipt away and not give it to the customer. Well, you better get up, princess. You got a little one. You got animals. I'm sure you even got a husband who wants you up. Well, it depends if you have a nice husband. Sometimes I want my wife up, sometimes not. Sometimes she wants me up, sometimes not. Just depends. All right, so we are going right around the corner to actually somewhere where I used to live. It is the shithole of my town. Well, see, that's princess. You be careful, because that's actually one of the things I was talking about. When I don't know if you're here when we're talking about terms of service, that can get you deactivated. It actually clearly states that in the terms of service. And if you give customers receipts and you're instructed not to, that is considered a violation and insubordination of not listening to your contracted employer. Well, it's not employer, but a contractor. That's weird. But yes, that can get you deactivated by disregarding, and that actually says that in their TOS. Don't worry though, because there's going to come a time where they're going to make you give the customers a receipt because, well, they're in the middle of a lawsuit right now. Yeah. Yep. We have that same thing. My wife does that with our receipts and stuff like that. Um, but there is going to come a time where they're going to want you to send a picture to the customer or give the customer the receipt. Because again, it's public knowledge, but they're in the middle of a lawsuit because they're charging Apple customers more for their orders than um, Android users. And that's because theoretically, iPhone users have more money than Android users. I don't know where they got that information, but apparently it must be real. So, yeah, it's going to come a point in time where they're going to end up giving the receipts to their customers because they're going to want to make sure everybody knows everybody's being treated the same. Yeah, no, I believe you have a customer wanting the receipt, and they can want it all they want, no problem. Especially because these customers know they're being overcharged compared to people who have a different phone. Um, it's just DoorDash is the one that tells you not to give them the receipt, and unfortunately, at the end of the day, the customer can't fire you. DoorDash can. So, yeah, I mean, plenty of customers want receipts, and what I tell them, call DoorDash because DoorDash tells us not to give it to you. And that's how these lawsuits happen to begin with, because drivers are telling customers can't give you a receipt. Customers are calling DoorDash. Why can't we have a receipt? They don't like the answer they're getting. Lawsuits start happening. Well, but here's why. PetSmart has you given the receipt because PetSmart entered their rewards in the system. So PetSmart customers know how much their total is because their rewards are entered in. They get a digital receipt. That's the only ones are the ones that have those type of rewards that get loaded up. They know how much they're getting charged because they're using their own rewards points. Oh, you won't get a contract violation for that. You'll get deactivated for that. You don't get contract violations for disobeying DoorDash. You get deactivated. You only get contract violations for pissing a customer off. Yeah, if you piss DoorDash off, they just deactivate you. You don't get contract violations because of DoorDash. You get them because of the customers. Like I said, I know why the customers want their receipts, and I understand that. There will come a time where the customer will get the receipts. When they do, then good, because everything will be transparent. It sucks. I'm not the one that makes the rules up. I go by what I'm told. No, I'm not saying it has, but it's also one of those things to where, like we've always talked about, DoorDash is looking for reasons to deactivate people because they have too many people on and stuff like that. We all know one thing about life too. Because something is okay today doesn't mean it's going to be okay tomorrow. And when it comes to DoorDash, that is specifically something they tell you not to do. Eventually, if they look at your account or if they look at it being like, but customers have been happy. No customers have complained or called DoorDash and said, hey, what's going on? So you've had good interactions. Nobody feels like they're getting screwed. The problem's going to be the one time, Princess, you give someone a receipt and they know they've been overcharged. They're calling DoorDash and saying, I have the receipt. Why am I charged this? That's when it's going to happen. But that's when it'll happen. Is hold on one second. No, all customers for the most part like transparency when it comes to their money. Like I said, the problem is going to get someone that's gotten people in trouble and will continue to get people in trouble when it comes to that is if DoorDash sees that, like if a customer calls them and says, hey, you charge me on here this much and it's only this much. Why are you overcharging me? DoorDash is going to have to refund some money. They're not going to be happy. They're going to go look at the DoorDash driver that made that receipt available to them. And then when they deactivate said person, they're going to be like, well, on here it says discard receipt. You obviously didn't listen. Therefore, we have to take your job away. That's what is going to happen. So that's what happens too, because it happens to this day. People get deactivated for giving customers receipts, but it's only because those customers are calling and bitching. Like the customers who aren't calling, then DoorDash doesn't know that you gave a receipt out. All it's going to take is one time for someone to give a receipt out, and you keep doing what you're doing, Princess. I'm just saying, all it takes is one person to give a receipt out that's wrong, that this customer blatantly can see I've been overcharged, and is going to go cussing and carrying on to DoorDash. That's going to get that person deactivated, who was the reason why they got a headache, the reason why they had to refund $6 or whatever the hell it is. But, and I'm honest to customers. They'd be like, hey, you have a receipt? Nope. How come? DoorDash don't want us to give it to you. Why is that? I don't know. I said, but it says discard receipt. And they're like, okay. And then they can call DoorDash and be like, hey, why can't we have our receipts? And that's on DoorDash from there on out. Yeah. But that's only become a huge one now because DoorDash is in the middle of a lawsuit because they have been sued for overcharging. I believe it's by the government because the government found customers didn't even sue them this time. I believe it was the government that found out they were overcharging Apple users compared to Google users, Android users, because they said Android users fell in a different tax bracket. What's going on, Tree Rogie? Missed you, buddy. How are you doing? Very glad to see you, Tree. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you, buddy. Oh, man. It's getting hot out here already. And this is why, everybody, I've been working the night shift. I've been working later or working super early. Because this heat, it's 10:20. It's 97 degrees right now, ladies and gentlemen. 10:20. 97 degrees. It's crazy. It's just crazy. And I'm at 91 acceptance rate, everybody, and 95% completion and a 5.0 customer rating. Yeah, it's crazy. It's hot right now. Like I said, today wasn't going to be a long day. Today was going to be a day until I got really hot. And then really hot is now. Yeah, yeah. And that's good because that's how it should be to begin with. Like, let's be honest here. Like, I have a short. I have a short where I showed you me and my wife wanted to order KFC. And I showed you guys how much it cost through the KFC app. If I were just to go and order it and pick it up, it was like $23, which made sense. And then I put it through the DoorDash app and it was $54. It was more than double. And the problem was if you just included the delivery costs and stuff, it still only should have been $39. Still more, but not more than double. The problem was the extra $12 came in from on the website. It says their 4-piece box meal $4.99. You know it's $4.99. It's $4.99 on the KFC website. On the DoorDash website, it automatically becomes $8.99. It's their own pricing of the merchant's food. They change it on their website. What cost $5 or $6 in the store costs 10 or 11 on the DoorDash website. I have a short. It's like, it's crazy. Some of it you're paying for convenience, and some of it is just outright upcharge, we'll say, nicely. So I still like to DoorDash. Upcharge, stealing, something like that. So, and that's why the hot water DoorDash is always finding themselves in. Remember, we talked about how we try to play in a gray area as DoorDash drivers, that we like to see where that line is and how close we can get to it and not get in trouble. DoorDash does the same thing. They like to play in that gray area. They like to get right up to it. They like to see what they can do before they get in trouble. So they're a lot like us. So I mean, go figure. And I'll continue to do what I do with DoorDash because they give me a platform, the app, and it pays me pretty well most days. And the days that it doesn't, I can brush off my YouTube channel and let you guys know what I think. Call it a day. But I will be doing a lot more work on here with my GoPro, mainly with my lives. I've got to get the magnet so I can record while I'm talking to you guys and then strap it on here so you guys can see it POV, but it all being with my GoPro. From talking to me like this with my GoPro to as soon as I get out of my car, I can attach you to my chest and be on my way with that. So that's what's the plan. And doing that, I'll probably do about 3 lives a week, if I'm gonna be honest with you, maybe 4. And I can do 2 videos a week. The editing is what takes the longest, obviously. So just be patient with my videos because the editing between me editing it and my wife re-editing my editing because she likes to put the finishing touches on it and she's busy. So it might take a little while for me to get a video out, but when it does, you'll pretty much know it's really good quality. Look no further than that video with the Rational Gig driver I did where I went up to his market. Was done with the GoPro. That took a week to edit, but that was by far the best video I've ever put out. See, that's what I'm talking about, Tree. See, that's what I'm talking about. I love that idea. You going somewhere? I told my daughter, I said, hey, go get dressed real quick. She said, I'm already dressed, Dad. I'm like, what the hell? Are you going somewhere? Well, everybody, I'm going to jump off here. I'm over by my house. I'm going to go take my kid to Chuck E. Cheese real quick. I'm probably going to jump back on here later because I'm probably going to come back out when it cools down. and work a little bit more. I've made $40 in an hour and 45 minutes. I know it says an hour and 55 minutes, but I stopped 10 minutes ago. So I made $40 in an hour and 45 minutes. Not too bad of a first 2 hours. I will see you guys later if you guys jump on. Have a very good day. Be safe. Thank you guys for joining. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.